Okay, so why don't we start off by you tell me your name and the name of your show.
Okay, so my name's Jem Rolls, and my show is called Jem Rolls: How I Stopped Worrying and Learnt to Love Them All.
Right on, and tell me a bit about it.
Right, well, basically, I'm so confident about the show that I gave away the plot in the show title. Because if you're wondering what happens, that's what happens. But it does happen a lot, with in 8,500 words. Because what I try to not tell people is that it's an 8,500 word poem about shopping. So it's an epic poem. I wanted to call it 10,000 words about shopping, but that would have been kind of a very masculine exaggeration, and it would also have been kind of not terribly true. And also, all my friends said don't. So I ended up with How I Stopped Worrying and Learnt to Love Them All, which has kind of worked. And long title.
No, and you call it a poem and not a monologue. What's the difference to you?
Lots of it's actually in rhyme. I mean, you wouldn't say a monologue, is in a sense, someone like TJ, it's kind of underwritten. I mean, of course, it's very well written, what TJ does. He's an excellent monologuist, and a few of the other monologues. But mine is kind of overworked prose, and it's basically poetic. And I have an awful lot of metaphors, which I've really gone for in this show. And quite a lot of it is in rhyme. And I suppose the essential thing is I constructed it as a poem. So that's in a sense, that's how I thought of it. An impressionistic poem. It's kind of got a trajectory. There is kind of a plot, which I've given away in the show title, but it's kind of, and it's kind of impression after impression after impression. And to me, it's a poem. I've never really written a poem with such a narrative, and also, because because everything I've always done before has kind of risen up to a crescendo and kind of snapped out. And this one's like it's like I'm absolutely knackered, exhausted after 30 minutes. So really, the last half an hour in the mall is just me staggering around, exhausted because I factored in exhaustion into the writing of the show. So I know what these venues are like, I know what the B scene is like, and what my Toronto venue is going to be like, and they're just. I just turned into a sweaty, unhygienic, insanitary wreck, really, after about half an hour. And, I've got sweat pouring down my face, got a constant pour off my nose. It lands on me upper lip and flies out over the front row. It's ghastly, really. Anyway, because I knew this was going to happen, I factored into the writing of the show the fact that I was going to be basically cream crackered after 40 minutes.
Tell us about your experience of having no fixed address and no possessions.
Right, well, I don't have anything essential apart from a debit card and a passport, because everything else can be replaced. And I've got some stuff in store in Edinburgh, but basically I don't actually own anything that's kind of worth anything, or that I'm actually I really love, apart from the odd shirt, frankly. And I've got a vinyl collection in Edinburgh, which has been looked after by an extremely good DJ, and I'll probably never see it again. And it's in quite good hands, and at least he likes it. And but anyway, I don't really need anything, so I've turned into an old-fashioned kind of pastoral nomadic bard, really. And for 4 months of the year, I'm nailed to the trail across Canada, and I'm really nailed into serious hard work. And I just realised I could be anywhere else for the rest of the time. And also, the writing of the show is the most important thing. In a sense, that's the hardest bit, because you're not like, this isn't hard, but you're with other people, and you're kind of going through something that's fun. But sitting down writing it in isolation by yourself, in a sense, that's the tough bit, and that's the bit you've got to get right, I think. Because I think with fringe shows, it's the writing that counts. Virtually everyone is a good performer, it seems to me. Hardly anyone could not, you would hardly say anyone's a bad actor. Some of the youngsters were a bit young, but really everyone's pretty good, it seems to me. But it's the writing that, is really the key thing to it. So anyway, I can write anywhere. So why is anything kind of necessary? And the idea of being able to float around, in Edinburgh one winter, India the next, Winnipeg last winter, Copenhagen next winter. I mean, why not,
And as somebody who doesn't own anything, what do you think drew you to shopping as a subject matter?
In a sense, it's, I don't like to say it's a metaphor for the emptiness of modern life, but actually it's all a metaphor for the emptiness of modern life, or just the process of the samification of us, and just the fact that you get basically worn down into accepting an awful lot of things that you basically know are shit, and that's kind of so what it is. And it was just the idea of shopping. It's kind of the ghastly facelessness of it, and it's the same kind of facelessness I find from television and from so many other things that I think are awful, really. So emptiness.
Right on. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about?
The show's really funny. Oh, I didn't say that.
Is it okay with you if we slow down all your responses to half speed?
That's fine. You can slow down. You can slow down all my responses to half speed.
Okay, perfect. Thanks so much.